Hello, wonderful viewers. Thank you so very much for joining me today and every time you join me. I really do enjoy all the comments. Sometimes it might take me a bit to get to them, but I do read them and I do enjoy them a lot. I don't have time to answer to everyone, but I'm talking at the screen to you in response, even if I can't take the time to do a comment for many. In any case, I wanted to touch base. Yes, Emmett Flood did get resigned, so that must have been why I saw that flash of him in that shady meeting where it's like I saw him get a realization of how it would look to others, that he participates in and witnesses this kind of scheming a lot. But also, I think there was more to it than that. I don't know that he resigned just because the Mueller report is done. That's the official reason. And there's Trump saying, he's my friend. Please don't turn on me, Emmett, but I don't think that's the official reason. So why is Emmett going? There's some secrets. He's hoping to enhance his security with that Ace of Coins. He's hoping, I better get while the getting's good, to enhance his security. And then we have that King of Wands, which is really representative of the rising leadership that we're having in government. And, when the Dems took the House, that new political energy. So I'm thinking that Emmett Flood knows that Trump can't be claiming executive privilege forever. He was brought in as the expert on that issue, and it's actually going more quickly than Trump had thought. And people are going to get this information. They're going to get witnesses testifying, and that's all there is to it. So I think Emmett's getting while the getting's good, and he knows that Trump will not accept it if he has to say to Trump, okay, you did this, you did that, but now you've been court ordered. They have to go testify, or the information has to go to them now. So show us a little bit about that, Spirit. Okay. Interesting. 3 major arcana: the Sun, the Hermit, and the Temperance Angel. Okay, this will unfold gradually. We'll learn maybe more about why Emmett Flood is leaving now. He is going to try to be a hermit. He's going to try to, distance himself from this whole issue. But the Sun is there. So I think that is the bright light of the Sun. I think there are going to be secrets coming out, and there's nothing anybody can do about it, and that's the way it is. But gradually with that Temperance card, gradually. Okay, so I think that that's probably about right. And does Emmett Flood himself get trouble for having served this well, supposed to serve us, but having served in this White House, let's say? It looks like he's leaving, yes. We got the 8 of Cups. We know that. He's leaving for his wish. He's hoping not to get in trouble. The 2 of Swords, so it looks like it could go either way. Yeah. And it really kind of depends upon, I feel like this is Adam Schiff a lot of times. This is that Democratic leadership, probably male with the king, that speaks out and speaks publicly on all of these issues. So it looks like it could go either way. He could get a lot of trouble or he could not. But my gut sense is that he doesn't get a lot of trouble, but he does suffer for having been associated with this White House. There is judgment on him, and there probably should be, because he was pushed across the line, and he, it made him complicit in a lot of nasty stuff, that he felt he could explain and justify, but he wouldn't want that with that secrets card we got. He wouldn't want that laid bare before the American citizenry and the legal community to be analyzed. He wouldn't want that. So he looks back and he sees a lot of loss, but there's also hope for him with the 2 of Cups. So he needs to look to the future. Okay. Ben Carson, I wanted to read on Ben Carson. He did so terribly. Oh my gosh, did he do awful when he was testifying before the committee, the same committee he had some of the same lawmakers he had to testify in front of when he was confirmed. And oh my gosh, they were saying, still quizzing him on the basics regarding HUD and all of that. And he hadn't had the answers at his confirmation hearing, and he didn't have them now. And it was extremely concerning. So Ben he's got egg all over his face in a more pronounced way than he did before. So what's going on with that? Okay, well, we have victory, 5 of Swords, 4. He's going to retreat for a while. 9 of Wands, he's embattled. He's beleaguered. Okay, he's going to keep getting bad press about this. But that victory card, whose is that? Hope. There's a new idea here. There's a new idea with this Page of Wands, a new message. Cutting away. I feel like he's going to become so embattled and beleaguered. I mean, people aren't going to quit bringing up his incompetence. And the fact that he's undermined programs that have that were created to improve equality and housing opportunity. So he's undermined programs that were put in place partly to remedy the problem of discrimination in housing and discrimination against blacks and people of color. So I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. But it's true. So that's very painful, right? So we have the Knight of Wands, the 3 of Swords. It is painful. And the 6 of Coins. Giving just too little. He's just giving too little. He's the big rich guy there, giving to the beggars. He's not doing his job. You know, he's not doing his job. Yeah. So I feel like investigations, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. People keep looking into his errors, his mistakes, he's going to get sued. His department's going to get sued because of him. Something like that. I mean, it's going to continue. Does he eventually leave? Gosh, investigation again with this King of Swords. Knight of Coins. And 8 of Swords. Well, somehow he feels trapped. But yeah, just this investigation. That's what I keep hearing. There will be more investigations about him. And not only the trouble incompetence is wrought, but the absolute negligence in doing his duties. ACLU may sue him. Yeah, there's something going on. This is not done. So that's interesting about Ben Carson. Hang on, I'm going to pause this. Okay, the lawnmower had gone by. It was very loud. So I'm wondering also about Trump's trip to the UK, which was started in the usual fashion with mean tweets towards somebody he was about to perhaps run into. The mayor of London, he called him a stone cold loser. That's terrible. I think he had some choice words about Theresa May too. But anyway, how does this visit go? How does it go? Okay. Okay, well, the meeting with the Queen seems to go fine. We have the 4 of Wands there. Nice, pretty event, pretty pictures. And we've got the 5 of Wands, though. So there's a lot of conflict. There is disagreement, I feel like, with his talk with Theresa May. And we have the Chariot. So, but forward movement. Yeah, I think they work together. I do think they end up, pulling forward on some shared goal, some specific shared goal. And I wonder if it's the 5G thing, and I don't know. Trump wants to keep Huawei out of 5G, and in the U.S. And I don't know if Theresa May is on the same page with that or not. Maybe something to do with trade. I feel like it's something to do with trade. They have a common goal, and so there is forward movement, although it looks like which way is it going to go. Okay, but there's debate too, so there's more conflict. All right, well, par for the course. Anything else we should know about that? Hope. We should be hopeful. We have the star card. We should be hopeful. Okay, and the Four of Swords. Retreat. We have victory. Yeah, I mean, I think it goes fine. I think it goes fine. Interesting, retreat and victory together, huh? What in the world? And that's not the victory with the Six of Wands, it's the victory of the Five of Swords where something's being cut away. So maybe that is about the subject I just brought up with the Huawei. Yeah. So there we go. Interesting. But I don't think there'll be anything. I mean, there'll be the customary talk and stupid tweets and, you know, all that. But I don't think anything terribly earth-shattering is coming out of this or terribly harmful. So that's good. That's good. I don't see harm being done by this visit. Okay. Except for, you know, the usual face palms that we Americans do when we hear what he said and did, and you know, but that's again not a surprise to anybody. So anyway, okay, I wanted to ask about tariffs. So he says he's going to put tariffs on Mexico, and it's going to be up to 25% by October, which I just don't feel like is the case. But how long is he going to dig in with this stuff? Big business does not like it. The stock market does not like it. We have Queen of Cups. Oh, is this another Russia thing? I often wonder how many times he's doing something Putin has suggested, and it's just completely detrimental to the U.S. because we see these things happening, and it's like, who gave him this idea? You know, I mean, he just made a trade agreement with Mexico and Canada. Why in the world would he turn around and talk about a 5% tariff on Mexican goods? That makes no sense. Strength, he is going to dig in for a while. That's usually his card for I've got to make a strong showing. Ace of Cups. It will be emotional. Yeah, no, he's going to dig in for a while. What's it going to do to the economy? Three of Swords. The same thing it's been doing. That means these painful dips in the stock market, painful for some, you know, who have stocks. And we have the Nine of Cups, which is usually his card. Yeah, you know what I've been hearing? I've been hearing that all of the stock market fluctuations that have been happening this year and will happen next, if he's still around, are really related to his stuff. I mean, they're completely unnecessary. They really are related to his comments and, you know, fears triggered by those, you know, into last year, you know, all that turbulence, it's him. It's him. There is no other reason for it. It is him. So I'm wondering how long big business is going to put up with this. We have the Knight of Cups. So manipulation happening there, trying to make things look good. Will he go really up to the top, that 25%? I wonder. Well, it looks like it could go either way. It hasn't been decided yet. Two of Swords. So he's planning on it. But I just feel like he's going to get more, there will be more efforts to dissuade him. King of Coins. I mean, not of coins. Yes, people are going to be working steadily to try to talk some sense there. We have the Eight of Cups. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe he's leaving before we get there. Maybe. Or maybe he's got to leave that plan. Maybe it's something. His power is diminished. I do feel like he doesn't take it that far. He's not allowed to, or somehow, he's given the message, you better knock it off. Yeah, by the big money, right? Eight of Coins. He is the apprentice to them. And the Wheel of Fortune. New era. Yeah, he's not going to have this much power ongoing. No. Okay, so, oh gosh, that's probably enough for this video. There are other topics for sure, but maybe I'll do them in a different one. Well, thank you so very much. I did want to mention, I was asking Spirit to help me to bring more hope. And what I was told to tell you is about how I constantly see the nations, all the nations, becoming closer, understanding each other better, citizens from all the nations understanding each other better. I feel like every time I hear a news story about nations, conflict between nations, the thought that comes to me immediately every time is, good luck with that. In a few years, this is going to look stupid. Like you can't stop the communication flow from people all over the world. And you can't stop the realization that our interests, we all share the same interests in common about the environment, for one thing, but trade too. So I feel like, any attempt, hang on. Oh, sorry, some noise in the hallway. Any attempt to do that is just foolish. It's like I see these people fighting and fighting for their, we are number one. We are unique and special above all. We are the true leaders. We are this. We are the good ones. It's like I see leaders of nations doing this and movements within nations proclaiming this, and it's all BS. It's all BS, and it just seems like it intensifies the smaller this world gets, the smaller this global community gets. But they cannot keep us from becoming a global community. It's inevitable. And I feel like like 10 years looking back, people are going to be going, what in the world were people thinking, when they were with these nationalist kinds of movements, So I did want to share that. That I consistently see that changing no matter what, no matter what anybody does or any nation's leader does. All right. So I thank you all so much for joining me, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.